Lords and ladies, which at this point is still no one because it's still just Facebook, welcome back to MyStreet, 5 years later, with your host, Jacob Butter. I panicked there for a second. I thought I didn't see the soundbar moving. Again, I'm Beethoven it, as I said last time. And also, speaking of last time, I have actually invited Maya back on because this is a mirror episode of the previous one, so why not? At least
Why not?
assume that Maya's
Not because the city right now.
There's a what, sorry?
I'm in the city.
Okay, fine. I mean, bold of you to, I guess, start the join with, I guess, data connection, presumably, and also, I don't know, in the middle of the street.
But it's also like unlimited, so it doesn't matter.
Then again, I have actually done Walking Wednesday live at this point, so who am I to complain? Anyways, we're gonna be looking at I don't know. While Maya completes her journey back home, we shall look at Will Aaron Notice Me? Graduation Days, Episode 3. Alright, as I said before, this was a mirror episode last time just because of the thumbnail. Because if you saw in the thumbnail for this one, if you're watching the pod on YouTube, you'll see the thumbnail of this, and that will be you won't be home until Monday afternoon. What do you mean? So you're gonna be out for like the next 7 hours or something on your time?
Yeah, I'm gonna be done until morning.
Wait, hold on. Monday afternoon? You're not gonna get to sleep, are you?
And that's 2 days.
Yeah. So you're never allowed to complain about my lifestyle ever again. So,
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
as I was saying,
it's a one-time deal.
Well, you said 2 days, it's a two-time deal.
Oh, it's a 1 weekend.
Right. And what are you doing exactly, since we're on the subject?
I'm case for those of you who know who they are.
What? I
You know
didn't
who
catch that. You cut out.
Trash Taste is?
Well, isn't that several people? I thought Trash Taste was of multiple people.
Yeah. In America.
In America?
Yeah, so but like, it was on Monday, then on Sunday. So, yeah. If I feel like it, tomorrow. Yeah. I'm going to be exhausted.
I'm surprised you're not already. Okay, fine, whatever, you're in. So, we'll fill the blanks. You cut out slightly during that explanation, but it's something to do with Trash Taste being in America at the moment. I believe they're all Japan-based at the moment, so that is a big occasion. So yeah, fair enough. Okay, on to this. So, it's a mirror of last time with the thumbnails, because in the thumbnail of this one, it's Aaron who is the one who's oblivious this time, and, you know, is not, and is the one in the foreground. So he's the one in the background. Sorry, Jenny's in the foreground this time. Adam's in the foreground previously, because now he's replaced aphmau in the role of like. No, sorry, I'm phrasing this terribly. I'm trying to remember exactly what the thumbnails look like, despite the fact that I could just pull them up right now. I don't know why I'm complicating my life.
The thumbnails
Right.
was aphmau looking longingly at her. This one.
Yeah, hang on. I got this. There we go. See, aphmau's being oblivious and not noticing Aaron, who is in the foreground right now. That's the previous episode's thumbnail. And now it's Aaron who's in the background, you know, presumably still with no peripheral vision because of that bandana, so he's got an excuse, I suppose. And Jenny is being a bit more obvious than Aaron was, who was looking away and avoiding eye contact with aphmau, which also gives credence to her not noticing him, quite honestly. But there you go. To each their own, we've commented on Aaron's tactics before. Speaking of my tactics, I've got lack of popcorn this time, so I've got oranges again. So hip or tangerine slices, whatever. So without further distraction, on with the reaction. Weirdly enough, the beginning of a running theme of like anonymous letters and paper being everywhere. I don't know if that was a deliberate thing for Falcon Claw, but if it was, nice.
Dear F. Ugh, that's no good!
I'm sorry, you've discarded a bunch of like letters already, and you've only got as far as Dear Af. What's the criteria here? If you're going by greetings, what, did you start off with, Hi Af, Hey Af, Hello Af, My esteemed Af, to whom it may concern? There's only two combinations you can start off for before you discard the letter and start again. Sorry, Maya, go on.
If you're Aaron, yeah.
What, to whom it may concern? Okay, fine.
Dear aphmau.
There's way more words on that down there than just Dear Af.
That's even worse!
You could have just written down the same piece of paper. You could have added the Mao at the end. Why did you need to write an entire... Aaron is not a fan of team trees. And no, it's not giant handwriting, because it was several independent words. Sorry, I just posted in the private chat.
If I use her full name, that might be too proper, and she might not think I'm her friend.
Yeah, Dear aphmau Shalashaska. Yeah, what?
But if I call her Af, then she might think I'm too clingy.
Wait, aphmau.
How about this? Just go with Hey Shoe. That'll work. Use the spell, then Shalashaska too.
Am I overthinking this?
Yes.
How do I approach her? We haven't really talked in 2 years. She lost interest in the game and...
I mean, honestly, sometimes whenever I've been in these situations, so it turns out that there's the people that I end up hanging out with, I suppose. Maybe it's my choice of friends that it factors into this or something. But whenever I see somebody who I haven't talked to some time, they just will spin around and be really excited or smile or something like that. Or they'll, I don't know, depends if it's in college, they'll most likely be drunk already, and then they will just scream my name at the bar or something.
Hey.
Yeah, the point that I'm trying to make here is the fact that, the friends do most of the effort in that situation. You approach somebody, it's like, oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in so long, that kind of thing. What's been going on, blah, blah, blah. It's not like it's, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. I have completely lost interest and abandoned all likability of you. What? No. Most people don't do that. Unless you left on really bad terms, which they didn't, you're fine.
I can't.
Well,
I just can't.
It could arguably be seen as bad terms. They had I almost gotten, and then they just completely. So that things.
I don't know. It's the case of just people losing touch. But I don't know. There's actually some people recently. I said I've gone to a trip across different European countries and stuff, and that's where the whole Eiffel Tower special Walking Wednesday came from, and that thing. Yeah, reason that was that happened was because that was a trip between a bunch of people that I were friends of mine from childhood, that have still stayed in Spain after all this time. They have frequent meetups and stuff, but for the most part, I'm usually on the periphery, or I just don't end up, contacting them, contacting me, that kind of thing. And it does happen a lot. But the thing is that there's the moments that we got to like we were about to like reunited after like I got off my train and they eventually found me after some time actually. Then it was just like we saw each other the day before. So it depends. Like the human brain, just like filters out any time period in between, a friend being there and a friend. I don't know. It can take you back to, where you left off essentially.
Not right now. I'm too scared to approach her. Why is dealing with people so hard? Now that I think about it, I don't think I would have even tried to speak to her in high school on my own.
See, this is weird time frame actually, because this is like before we introduce the agents surrounding him, but it's also after like introducing like Aaron's social anxiety. So the way it comes across right now is that it's just inhibitions on Aaron's part, but he actually does have somewhat of an excuse for not approaching people previously, like saying why is approaching people so hard in general, because it's been made hard for him. I don't know. Although it is interesting because they have that planned, obviously, because they planted the seed of him not having a cell phone, and that was specifically because Derek took it away from him. Meaning, I don't know. Why are you? So now, I'll let me tell you my echoes on. We've had a conversation for like several minutes. Okay, fine. Echoes off now. Anyway, as I was saying, Derek took his phone away, and that's why he didn't have that. So they've planned that already, and we've explored that because it was either Kathy or Betty. I forget which. I forget which one is which until they say it later. But either Kathy or Betty said that line already in episode 1. So again, it's clearly a thing.
I only talked to her when I had to, and it was because we already knew each other that I even managed to get close.
Well, I mean, you did also just like blow her off in like every conceivable occasion otherwise, except for during sports day when you actively antagonized her.
Huh? Must have been someone downstairs. What? Someone at my door? Okay, I'm coming.
He seems so annoyed to have a visitor.
Not again!
How did he see that? Anyway.
Must have been my imagination.
Down
Come on.
here.
Yes! Huh? Yes!
Hi.
I don't think I released the video where I like reacted to this back in the day. I lost the file. But at this point, I paused the video, scrolled down, and just like pressed the like button. That's all you can do, isn't it? I mean, it's NEKOETTE. What else is one expected to do?
Greetings, potential customer. My name is NEKOETTE. I'm a junior Mayfa Scout, and today I'm selling Mayfa Scout cookies for my troop.
How did you get into this building?
Well, it wasn't hard. I just walked in.
Where are your parents?
Okay, see, the thing about NEKOETTE is that it's not necessarily like just like the fact that she uses words like potential customer and all of this language that like I love it when you just have like a kiddish voice saying like saying like these really complex phrases, or like having like somewhat adultish mannerisms. It's kind of the same. It's the same like part of your brain that registers the joke of like when Patrick Star says something smart, like the class line of like the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma, like that. It's so out of left field. That's why it's so funny. It's not even just that. It's the delivery. I have seen, but this particular actress, whose name I have unfortunately forgotten, recorded herself recording the lines. This weird thing, but she filmed herself while she was like in the booth and like posted that as a video later when like that it came out. And first of all, she's clearly having the time of her life, and second of all, you can just tell she's really internalizing that and like actually really creating something here.
are your parents?
Why do you want to know?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you.
Well, I mean, to be honest, from her perspective, yeah, why would someone question that? MIFWA scouts, or in real life, boy and girl scouts like go out door to door by themselves all the time anyway. In fact, I remember when I was in the US that we used to get Girl Scout cookies quite frequently, and they were like, some of them were like the same age as me, which was like 5 or 6 at the time. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's none of your business. Now, mister, are we going to play the question game, or are you going to go by...
Oh, I think Maya is trying to corroborate through my point through corrupted audio. You don't get them in dorms. Well, yeah, of course. This is why NEKOETTE stands out, because she goes the extra mile. That's another thing about NEKOETTE that I love, is like her dedication to her job, especially because it's like you don't need to go this far to be like, wait, that to get the cookies and stuff, but actually then you just like then you see her like acting like, wait a minute, there are so many potential customers here. I must go and find some more suckers. I mean, valuable clients. And okay, fine. Yes, I know Maya. By the way, Maya's saying stuff in private chat now. I know that most dorms have security and require a special pass. I had those special passes. That's actually a thing we have over here as well. Fortunately. However, again, the fact that she's saying it wasn't that hard. Like, just think about it this way. I mean, in my dorms, there was actually a weird issue for like a year, where if you like entered the door with behind somebody else, you get into like the reception area. Then the next door to get to the actual like staircase and elevator, that was broken for a bit. So all you had to do was open it, and then you go up, and then the door to like the hallway was also broken, which means you would actually be able to get to the doors of the apartments themselves. So in theory, if NEKOETTE managed to find a way to find like the root of corrupted security, she could theoretically get up here. I do love that once again she's actually bypassed like actual like agents, like private agents that are hired to prevent people from doing this very thing. I don't know how she managed that, but again, your imagination fills the blanks with this character. I love NEKOETTE so much.
Buy some cookies.
What kind do you have?
Through a window. See, yeah, you could do that as well. You could climb through a window. Like I said, your imagination fills in the blanks.
I have Thin Samoa, chocolate raisins, chocolate chip, Thunder chocolates.
Thanks, but I can't have... I really don't want cookies.
You can just say you can't have chocolate, then she would have gone away, or she would have given you a non-chocolate option. That would have been very easy.
Are you on a diet? Because you don't look fat. I thought all college guys were fat nerds.
That's incredibly rude, and a blind assumption.
Look, I'm gonna level with you. The streets outside this college are crawling with MIFWA and werewolf scouts.
Okay, I do like, again, I'm gonna level with you. She's written as the classic like shady salesman, but she's been reduced to this size. No. You know what? Another comparison. Forget Patrick Star. She follows the same like character principle as Toph Beifong from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Hear me out. When they were conceiving of like Aang's earthbending teacher, this is gonna completely anyone who hasn't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, but whatever. It's the example I'm going with. But they were trying to figure out, okay, who would it be? It needs to be somebody, the kind of thing of like, somebody who waits and listens, because King Boomy said that much. And but also, somebody who were able to like show like the martial artistry of earthbending as best they could. The fact that it's the opposite of airbending. You don't avoid stuff, you attack it from head on. So that's why there are so many earthbending characters that are just like these big muscular dudes, and why there's like a whole wrestling sport around it, and why characters like the Boulder exist. You have that. But I don't know. I know at some point they just decided, wait a minute, what if we just made it like, I don't know, a 12-year-old girl? Like even smaller and more unassuming than Aang, and also make her blind. Perfect contrast, and yet everything that she says is like, like a super tough but so not everything, because she does have her vulnerable moments later on, because haha, character journeys and stuff. But most of like her iconic lines are her being like super tough. Most of her iconic actions are her just beating up people or being the greatest earthbender of all time, as she refers to herself as. She has the confidence and everything. In fact, she herself was in fact an earthbending wrestler. That's her introduction, the Blind Bandit. It's a complete subversion of expectations, and NEKOETTE follows the exact same principle, but just with I guess sales and business rather than combat. So yeah, I hadn't watched Avatar when I watched this the first time because, well, I've thought about why I didn't actually get around to watching that series until like way later in life. But now that I have, I can truly see it, and yeah, also explains why I like Toph as much as well.
On their way through each neighborhood to get the most customers. Me, I decided to come to this campus because it's untouched scout territory.
See? Intelligence.
I'm going to make a killing.
Then go sell to someone else. I'm good, thanks.
See, the only thing about this is that she went to the top floor first and didn't clear the other floors beforehand. Maybe she's trying to like save her energy and not have to climb upstairs later on. But she could have also, I guess, taken like a lighter load of cookies if you sold a few of them first. I don't know. Depends on how you go.
Mister, I know you just did not close the door in this little girl's face. Now listen, you are my first customer. I came into the building first, and I'm starting from the top down.
People aren't allowed up here.
There's nothing stopping people, so obviously they are.
I don't
Okay, see, where are the agents? What are they doing at this point? They're all on lunch break.
want cookies.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I'm closing the door.
Everyone wants these juicy, succulent, delicious cookies. I don't know.
Listen, you close this door, you slam a little girl's hand. We wouldn't want that, would we?
Something else. I know that I'm just like over like analyzing NEKOETTE, but she now also reminds me of someone else. Like my cousin has a daughter who has just reached this particular age, and a lot of NEKOETTE like reminds me of her particularly, because she'll try and actually like get people to like follow her and such, especially me because because you know me, I'm a man child, I play along. But also she'll play up like the little girl cards sometimes. The thing is, if she tried to do this on me, I just like pry her hand away and just be like, nope, no, you don't. Because yeah, you can be strong of character, but you are still half my size. So goodbye.
Are you crazy?
My mom calls me fierce, determined.
She should.
I mean, they're all right. You are fierce, determined, and crazy.
Bad brat to that.
Why do you wear a bandana over your face? That's weird.
To cover my eyes.
Why not wear sunglasses?
Because I don't want to.
I remember seeing like I think it was like a Lego parody of this scene, and they actually put NEKOETTE in sunglasses just for that one visual, and I completely Mandela affected myself because I thought it was going to be in the actual episode until I watched it back later. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Well,
She's backed away. Close the door and go.
sunglasses would look better. You look weird, and you're probably weird because you don't want cookies.
I mean, so she's not wrong about the sunglasses thing. It would make way more sense if it weren't for diaries and the whole like bandana thing. Obviously, they couldn't have invented sunglasses in diaries because that would look weird. He probably would just wear them and wear sunglasses in like regularly. Why not?
Also, are you all alone on this floor? I went into the other room and no one lives there.
How did you get in there?
I lockpicked the door.
That's.
Oh, okay. So she does like actually bypass some forms of security, I guess, in the form of lockpicking. That's one thing. Could she also lockpick a window? Potentially.
What?
And if she failed, she'd land on her feet because Mifwa. I'm kidding, Mifwa on cats.
Just buy some cookies.
Why?
Because if you don't, I'll go cry to your girlfriend and tell her you were a meanie.
Joke.
See, here's the thing. here's the thing, the way what Aaron could have said here is like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead and try and find her. You don't know who she is.
Joke's on you. I don't have a girlfriend.
Makes sense. No girl wants to date a guy who doesn't like cookies.
If I buy a
I mean, aphmau probably wouldn't want to date a guy who doesn't like cookies. They probably want to bake cookies with him.
box, will you leave me alone?
Yep.
Here, take the money and just leave.
Perfect. Now which
My precious. Ah.
box with you?
Anything! I don't care!
Here you go. Pleasure
Yes, a box of green. A box of bluish green. That's the make of cookies we've got right now.
doing business with ya. Time to find more suckers.
I am Levi Drink to NEKOETTE. I don't care what else happens in this episode. Nothing is going to top that scene. We might as well watch the rest of it because, you know, it's a good method of killing time as any, but, you know, we've peaked.
Great! Now I have a box of useless cookies and my self-confidence issues are no closer to being solved. I should just get some fresh air outside. More of a chance to run into her, if I can even talk to her, that is! Ugh!
You know what? One more thing. NEKOETTE is the perfect contrast to Aaron right now with his social confidence issues because she will overstep the mark to the point where it's hilarious, and obviously like has no qualms whatsoever and no fear talking to anyone, particularly someone who would be as scary looking as Aaron in real life to like a 10-year-old. So again, great use of her in this scene, and it makes sense that she would be here particularly rather than like a random introduction out of nowhere. So thematically it makes sense, and also she's just amazing. So yeah, after this episode came out, my immediate reaction was to like look up some details about NEKOETTE on the aphmau wiki, and it turns out there was no NEKOETTE aphmau wiki page at this point. So I made one. That was my first like new page contribution to the aphmau wiki. I made one for Juno later, and some other people, Esmeralda Mayweather, that was me as well. So yeah. I was such a NEKOETTE fan that I made a fandom page for her. I regret nothing. Oh, my mind's gone. If it was a connection thing.
It's like 9 a.m. Okay, I'm coming.
I was so excited. NEKOETTE?
Alf! Where is she? I'm here. Not you! Why did you say?
What is happening? You checked under there already. Okay, whatever.
What are you looking for?
Cookies! I know you bought them! There's word that a little meatball scout is on campus, and I need them cookies!
Oh, is that all?
You know what? That's another thing. NEKOETTE actually, without even knowing that she was doing this, she is capitalizing on a market that has nostalgia for the very product that she sells. But, I mean, there wouldn't be very much way of knowing that herself because obviously she wasn't taught to go here. She just went on a whim on her own. But actually, she's even unintentionally still being brilliant with this. I know she's not here anymore. I don't care. I'm still going to talk about her.
Is that all? Are you even awake right now?
Okay, that's good too.
Wake up! This is an emergency!
Emergency?
Cookies?
What kind?
Emergency. There's an emergency going on. It's still going on.
Meatball scouts!
Why didn't you say so? Let's go!
See? See? aphmau would not want to date a guy who doesn't like cookies. Actually, I'm gonna rewind for like a little bit. Hang on a second.
Wake up!
Okay, never mind. I saw Terra with like her arms up here for some reason instead of like here, and I was like wondering, wait a minute, do they try to imply that this is from aphmau's perspective and she's looking upwards at her? But it just turns out they couldn't make the model look that way. I was like, you can just like rotate the camera for that. I don't know.
This is an emergency!
Emergency?
Cookies?
Yeah, look, see.
What kind?
Meatball Scouts!
Why didn't you say so? Let's go!
Aren't you gonna get dressed?
Cookies, Tara.
Oh,
It's like in Pokemon Bridge. There's no time. Ah! I'm not gonna scream right now. It's too late.
right. I'm sorry, I'm out of my mind.
You ain't even dressed.
Cookies up now? Cookies?
Okay. I suppose I should say a few words about Terra as well, because I said this we needed more Terra. Why not? I suppose I'll do that. No, but really, Terra here seems to actually connect a lot to aphmau herself and seems to match aphmau's energy quite significantly, actually. And we've seen, like, obviously, like in aphmau's like friendship groups, most of the time she, I know. I was gonna say most of the time she comes across the quirky one. No, they're all quirky, but all they're very different ways. aphmau and Terra just seem to like mirror each other quite a lot. Like more so than, you know, like Kaden and Kawaii-chan, who had a little bit of overlap with aphmau in terms of their interest, especially back in season 1 when they lived together and we saw their dynamics and everything and how they were polar opposites, but they had a connection through aphmau. This time it's like there is no middle ground that aphmau is forming. She is in the middle, and Terra has met her in said middle.
What can I have my group do today?
Cookies!
Cookies! Where are you?
aphmau! Cookies!
What are they up to?
Gee, could it be cookie related? I don't know, Jenny.
They're up this early? Kinda interesting for freshmen to be. I did.
See, this is why I don't think NEKOETTE is entirely familiar with the college life. Because yes, there are sometimes you are required to wake up this early for like early classes and stuff. But you know, this is orientation week, which you wouldn't realize as well. Or maybe she did. She knew about orientation week because she was based nearby. But she wouldn't know that, yeah, waking up late is like a staple of growing up, especially when left to one's own devices.
Didn't wake up until 11 back then myself. Tara, I don't think we're going to find the Mifo Scout like this.
I mean, 11,
we should
yes.
get dressed and...
Yeah, I was just thinking that I really want to be fat and sassy right now.
Oh, I know how you feel.
Sorry, did you say fat and sassy? This is before the word thick took off. So, I guess that's the best you could do, fat and sassy back in the day. Great.
Trust me, we'll be fat and sassy together soon. Come on.
Is that the face of like, you know when anime guys like this? Like, I will harness my powers, and I will stick by you, my nakama. I don't know, something like that. I think that's that face.
On. They're cute. Reminds me of my first days here.
Yeah, I want to see your friends, actually.
Wait.
Where are they?
Cute. That's right! Aaron! Really? This early, Jennifer?
Speaking of.
Morning, Jenny. Sorry to startle you.
Oh, come on, Betty. She wouldn't have been startled if she wasn't busy thinking about her hunk.
Ugh, Kathy, come on! Stop it!
Seconds. It's fine.
Huh? Hey! You're one of the new students I'm mentoring.
Really? Didn't realize Jenny was in charge of you, Diana.
Is she a friend of yours?
I just met her in the cafe. But she seems really cool, so I offered to show her around a bit. She's actually a bit older than most of the kids you're mentoring.
Really? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I didn't
You only just met them yesterday, Jenny. You're not going to know everything about them. And you're not required to, like, you know, lay down your age, particularly.
pass a grade in high school, so I was held back.
Bad grade.
Yeah, once again, why is it that most like the werewolf characters are always the ones like getting held back? What is this, aphmau? Why is it always the werewolves?
It's been there.
Not really.
Okay, fine. One human. Okay.
More like. Ah, never mind.
Oh yes, sorry to interrupt introductions, but I brought maple scale cookies.
Thin mints?
Are you kidding me? Those sell out fast, but I got Samoas.
Wait, where did these come from? I haven't seen any scouts around.
Oh, I saw her. There's this mouthy one wandering around campus.
This
Heard she
mouthy one.
managed to sell to our tough gal Kathy here.
Because she wouldn't shut up about my clothes. Anyway,
I don't know. I like your fashion. We'll ask Aiden when he gets here, but you know, why not?
you made any progress towards talking to your hunk, Aaron?
Oh?
Okay, I think that's meant to be like talking to your hunk Aaron versus your hunk Aaron. That might have been a scripting issue. That might have been like I don't know if there was like a extra comma there or something, or maybe that was like the voice actor factoring it in.
Oh, a boyfriend?
You're not gonna want to know. You're not gonna want to know, Diana. Alas, poor Diana, dragged into the unintentional harem surrounding Aaron. Which, now that I think about it, that should be a video title someday. Like an analysis of like the Aaron harem or something.
She wishes.
Jenny just likes to drool
Yeah, so you wish to.
over him.
Hey, guys, come on. She's new. She doesn't need to know how pathetic I am.
Oh, come on, Jenny. Don't talk that way about yourself.
I mean, it's true. It's not like she's even managed to talk to him yet.
Yes, I did.
Really?
No way.
Yep. He looked at me and said,
Oh my word! I was about to make the joke of him saying one word, but no, she's gonna do it herself. The comedy in this episode is on point. Like, I know it says it's gonna be like a mirror of the last one, but really, this is like tonally very different. I am all for it. More of this, please.
You're what?
Oh,
You're an idiot. That's what he should have said.
that's it.
Really? Ah, man, I thought it was gonna be something juicy.
Jenny, girl, come on, you need to give up on him.
But I haven't even.
Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that, Kathy / Betty? I keep forgetting. I know one of the names was said before, but I forgot to pay attention to that. So, why are you saying that, friend one?
Tried.
Jennifer Rose, look, I'm one of your close friends, right?
Right.
Aaron is a lost cause. Seriously.
Kathy is just upset because she
Okay, fine. All right. So that friend one is Kathy, and this one here is Betty. Okay, fine. Got that. I remember that. Okay, Kathy, Betty.
gives up on getting into relationships easily.
Hey.
What is true? You never want to try. Jenny is actually trying, so leave her alone.
I don't get what's going on. Is this guy she's into bad or?
No, he's not bad
Oh, he's a bad boy, apparently.
at all.
Then what do you like about him?
Oh no, don't ask, she...
I love how like, the implication of that Diana's like, if he's not bad, then what do you like about him? I'm implying I know that a lot of people like are into bad boys, but imply that they're like the only appealing type of boy. Maybe Diana's not that much more mature than her freshman orientation mates.
Well, I'll tell you after I tell you what I found out.
Don't shut up about him!
Really? So he really is weird. I mean, not that being isolated is weird or anything. I'm sure he's got his issues.
Right?
Hey, being isolated isn't that weird anymore, is it?
He's so mysterious.
Sounds like a recluse
You've been saying he's mysterious for ages.
loser to me.
Kathy?
I mean, we were all thinking it. I just...
Yeah, you weren't, Kathy. I've seen Falcon Claw. See, remember how like Kathy's trying to get Jen to give up on Aaron right now? that'll become important for the rest of the series.
Is that it?
I don't know. He does sound mysterious, like a lone wolf.
Oh no. Don't tell me you're into weird too. Right? He just needs someone to talk to.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Jenny, you're such a hopeless.
I wonder if the lone wolf persona, like for like attraction, like it's so attractive people because then they'll like have the person all to themselves or something. I'm gonna have to ask people about that at some point, or maybe then make that into a character somewhat and see how to explore that personality if it becomes a toxic thing, like an art I sell straight's okay thing. Because it always seems to be the straights that are the ones that decide to make what was I going to say? Oh yeah, to make the whole like hang out with friends of opposite genders and stuff, and not spending much time with everyone like that. There's going to be like it's always us to make up the issue, so
It's romantic. I think it's nice that you see good in everyone.
I'm so sorry, Diana. I shouldn't have been talking about this in front of you. I should be more professional and...
Hey, don't sweat it. This is my first time really outside.
I will say, in college or university, whatever phrase you want to actually have here, the environment is still professional, but it's much less formal. So this kind of stuff can actually just appear, and it's basically generally accepted. It's like we're all adults, why not? There's like a greater sense of being an equal to your tutors who are there to guide you. That's why they don't really say teachers anymore. They'll say tutors, especially like over here. So they're just the ones there to guide you through the things. Make it worth your while and make it worth the exponential price of admission. Because one thing it doesn't go into actually, I will say. But yeah, they're still like it's not like as approachable as almost an older I don't know, actually it was an older sibling type of thing I was going to say. Maybe not to that degree, but my point is it's not the same thing of like like the enforced distancing of ranks between like teachers and students before that point. That's what I was trying to say. I'll just move on now.
I mean, really, back in high school, all I did was play video games, paint dolls, and practice spells. I'm really into weird and curious things.
Please, can there be more about you? I want to know more about like this combination here, like practicing spells as well and painting dolls.
It's nice to sit in on a conversation where people act like people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aw, that's sweet. Hopefully we can become good friends. Just don't mind Kathy. She's a bit skeptical when it comes to things, but she's nice once you get past her crunchy exterior.
I'm not crunchy!
Soggy?
Okay, crunchy is better.
Yeah, don't say no. Oh, also, I know that Betty, like later on, becomes much more obsessed with food. We haven't quite seen that yet. I don't know if that was a thing that was established here, but my suspicion that it might have been, or at least hinted at, was the fact that she's using words like crunchy and soggy, which you can just describe different food textures. I know her mind is concentrating on food later, but again, I don't know. Some of these new characters do end up eventually getting flanderized. Luca and Betty being the two main examples. But honestly, they all start off from a really solid point. Like, at this point, aphmau has introduced like so many different new people to this environment, replacing some of the old cast. And I wonder if that's because she had so many like different like character ideas that she wanted to put somewhere, and actually found an outlet somewhere in between, being like, oh, wait a minute, I'm always designing OCs and stuff, because that's what I think that she actually does. I'm always designing these people. Why don't I just debut them somewhere and see how it goes? If anything, Falcon Claw becomes a breeding ground for that, essentially, and that's why there's so many characters that don't make the cut That's not to say that they shouldn't, actually. I personally think that Lawrence, at least, should have been here. But, you know, there's a... I don't know. I suppose, but if it was just another series just about completely different people, a la Minor Demons, which will, you know, be coming out within the next year of this happening, I guess aphmau was starting to realize around 2017 that really she could actually make like brand new characters and it will just go somewhere. Kind of like how like the kind of Ultra Nova, which was I think the first maybe like main time when aphmau was not the main character of one of these shows, and they weren't just all like somewhat variations and reincarnations of people. I could be wrong on the answer. I'd like to be Realm Royals. I forget which one came out first. So I don't know. It depends, but there was some like idea behind that. So if character creation and like, you know, especially like as far as like the designs and like the artistry goes, from the point of view of lots of artists that I know, it makes sense. And I guess they would appear quite fleshed out at this point, is what Monet was saying before about character development, which actually recently I'm recording this the day after BB and Shorty have actually been watching It's a Family Thing and got to see in episode 4 at the end when a certain thing happens that, despite Monet's insistence that, you know, she'll make the characters so complex in her mind that she can just write a scene with all of them, you know, with everyone, and then just let the characters themselves and how they would try to take the direction without planning too much and without too much scrutiny. That scene required a little bit more scrutiny, and they seem to agree with me. I will say though, actually, I've never thought about that whole character thing, and actually, usually by the points of like the Mutant Girl, for example, is in the series because this was expressed during the stream of the Mutant Girl of Fallen Angels. By this point, the characters have reached that stage naturally anyway, because we've been writing for them for so long. It's just that it seems like this was done, you know, all the preparation and stuff was planned in advance to get to bypass that and make people care about them much more instantly. So again, looking back at this, I can see really why Monet said that and why it comes across as having fewer characterization elements in early Mutant Girl particularly, because we've looked back at season 3 and it's like, wow, a lot of this stuff that was mentioned in the stream we've actually done already and people just don't know about it yet. Point is, I want to get the Mutant Girl season 3 out soon. But regardless of that, it seems that aphmau actually, could have taught me this lesson earlier. I just failed to recognize it.
Tara! It's no use. Tara!
What is that face?
Speak to me. I can't make it.
Oh God, what's wrong with your face?
Go on. Leave me. Find the cookies. And do college without me. Tara! That's not happening. You have to do it. If not for me, then for your scholarship.
No, Tara. I won't leave you.
It's too late.
That point.
I haven't had breakfast. I can't go on. Ugh. No, Tara,
One
no!
person that can't do that.
Why? Why did you have to be extra? We were gonna get the Thin Mints together.
The Thin Mints are sold out.
Freshmen are so weird. And childish. Sheesh.
Well, you know what? They're great characters, so shut up.
Tara, are you seriously okay?
I'm fine.
She looks horrible, by which I mean, like, emotionally horrible. Like, there's something, like, wrong with her. Not like she's ugly or anything. I'm not gonna say that.
Blood sugar is just running low.
I'll try to find something for you real quick. I just don't know my way around here well.
Feed her some coffee. You know.
So, just hang out here. I'll be back. Where could this Mivo Scout be? I'm starting to think she's not real.
A gem like you doesn't need to watch your diet.
She's got so many new ways of interacting with people. She can identify a person's personality and find out the best way to make a sale to them. She has a real future with this.
You're already beautiful.
Oh, Cal, I think we should get the cookies from her.
Christina, no!
But why not?
She asked me to help her watch her stupid diet, and while she's happy eating them now, she's gonna cry later telling me, "Why did you let me eat those?"
That is a fair point. People have done that.
And then I'll have to tell her that she's not fat, and that's not how I wanted to spend the rest of my Saturday. I had
He
plans.
called you fat.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That's you're still amazing, NEKOETTE, but he did not say that.
What?
No, babe, honey, look, I didn't just...
Earlier, I was looking so cute in my outfit today.
Just sell me those cookies.
I mean, see, here's the thing. The implication here again is that, you know, she's saying that she's fat, but she would look cute in the outfit or something. What was that? It's like a subtle implication that if you're fat, you're not cute. It's like, what? What's going on here?
Cookies, kid.
Here you go, $1,020. Take
What?
What?
That is overpriced.
it or I won't leave you alone.
Oh, she's evil. That is so cute.
Yes! Okay, if anyone's wondering, this is how you would deal with NEKOETTE in this situation. Tell her that she stays with one customer, she won't be able to make any more sales. And then she won't be able to get any more suckers into to give her money. So, you know.
What? Ugh, fine. Here. Now, let's go.
I do wonder what she's going to use all the money for or something. Is she going to get like, I don't know, whatever console from 2008? The Wii? Is she going to get a Wii? NEKOETTE, do you want to buy a Wii?
Bye, cutie.
I can't blame you if that's the case. Get Mario Galaxy. It would be out by this point in 2008. Do it. You can still see Mark in the background. That's amazing.
Mivo Scout!
I have searched far and wide for thee, oh purveyor of sweetened goods.
May I
How is
please
he
buy
still
some
on the
cookies?
bench again?
Please?
Maybe this is a mirror.
Sorry, Toots. I'm all out. I'll be back tomorrow, though, with some more.
Oh, that's why it was the last sale, and that's why she could put to bed and someone to not leave her alone. See, she thought that stuff before I did. She's a genius.
Oh, that dumb brat is with her.
Please? My friend needs them, and
Everyone needs Maple Scout cookies to...
How can she say? How can she say like please to this? Like if she's all out.
Well, that's nice, but I need them now. My friend is actually
Sold out. Hey, give me
I think she's going to say hyperglycemic, which is actually the proper term. Nice.
your number. Now check your money tomorrow.
What?
Wait, what? It's going to give a number? Like a private number for like me for Scout? Not even the Scout agency, just her number. Also, did she say like Venmo the money or something? I don't think Venmo existed yet. Hold on.
Irene, if you love me, give me something sweet.
Wait, hold on.
Your money
Whoa,
tomorrow.
stop.
What?
Go back.
Evil. That is so.
Not this far.
My friend needs them, and
Everyone needs Maple Scout cookies. Toots.
well, that's nice, but I need them now.
I love how she calls it toots. Again, it's like old school salesman because like no one says toots anymore.
My friend is actually
Sold out. Hey, give me your number. Now check your money tomorrow.
Oh, why? Okay, fine, yeah.
What? I'll just find you tomorrow, okay?
Fine. Just don't be mad when I don't have any. Boop, 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 boop.
What did you say? I didn't understand that. What was that? Hold on.
Your money tomorrow.
What? I'll just find you tomorrow, okay?
Fine. Just don't be mad when I don't have any. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, don't matter, but I don't have. Okay, fine.
Great. Now I gotta find the cafe or something sweet and fast.
This is my chance. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stop being a coward and talk to her.
Irene! If you love me, give me something sweet!
Hey, baby, it's me, Aaron. I'm all the sweetness you need. Sorry. This stuff writes itself. Again, like Monet said, there's some stuff when you got the characters that just writes itself.
Anything?
Okay, that was... Oh.
I'm sorry!
What the... Oh! Hey, cookies! Awesome! I'm coming, Tara!
Thank you, Irene! Came full circle. I don't know why it was called Will Aaron notice me in this instance, because we haven't had a single moment when Jenny is planning to get Aaron to notice. So I guess we had the preparation. You know what? We're almost over. We're going to see if our scene says anything. That's coming out the sound effects when we walk on the grass.
I'll talk to her another time. Huh?
Wow, you found me. Most humans don't realize I'm above them.
Okay, you laugh from above. It's fairly obvious, but okay.
Pretty good at throwing my voice.
Not now.
Guy with a bandana. You must be Aaron. I'm Diana.
I think I've seen like introductions of characters like Manic Pixie Dream Girls from like this exact setup, just like falling from a tree because so quirky, you know.
Saw what you did. That was really sweet. Guess Jennifer was right. He's a shy one.
There we go.
I'm curious.
Okay, so that was Will Aaron Notice Me, aka the NEKOETTE episode. God. Is it bad for me to say this by my, I don't know, it's my third favorite episode? I don't know. It goes back to like season 3 where I say stuff is like quintessentially MyStreet. This is like quintessentially like Phoenix Drop High. It has like the combination of you know, some of the new story elements because of Aaron Ultima thing and whatever, but you also have like just the outright insanity and the somewhat like mini arcs and stuff that happen in like episodes and things with plenty of characters to boot. You know, I don't have a single bad thing to say about this episode. Maybe other than, I guess, the title not really connecting too much. It gives a bit of a false promise of a connection of like, okay, well, Aaron noticed me. Jenny seemed what it is like someone take some initiative, rather than having just that one conversation with, you know, Kathy, Betty, and Diana. I guess that does count, and I guess that is a Phoenix Drop High thing because season 2 had again one scene to the title, and that was it. But NEKOETTE deserved to be in the thumbnail. NEKOETTE deserves to be the center focus of the title. NEKOETTE deserves a lot. Give her all your money. Buy her cookies. Oh my word. Okay. Yeah, what else do you want from me? NEKOETTE's amazing. This episode is amazing. I got nothing else. I'm off. Please leave a like or dislike as your opinion matters. And subscribe to us already. If you do leave a dislike on this one, unfortunately your opinion does not matter as much because you were wrong because NEKOETTE's amazing. And NEKOETTE, NEKOETTE, NEKOETTE. On that note, until next time. Oh, no. Sorry. Next episode. I'm so off my game. I'm sorry. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Ah, dang it. It's not here. I have my phone here somewhere. Come on. Trying to keep the stream under an hour. It's past an hour mark. There's a reason I want to keep these stuff under an hour, but we'll get to that later. There's no point telling you today because that defeats the purpose. Okay, next episode is another thing with Aaron in the thumbnail. It's got Diana this time. So yeah, maybe the thumbnail was done to, like, emphasize like the love triangle and establish that. Even though again, we've got so many other characters, love triangles like just one detail now. I want to focus on that because I hate love triangles. All right. Anyway, next time it's 11th. That's the title. There we go. It's gone. More NEKOETTE in everyone's life, please. Best character. Love her to death. I will buy all the cookies. And yeah, on that note, until next time, see you on October 11th. Same time, same place, 5 years later. On that note, until next time, real this time.